Mantras that originate from Sanskrit seed syllables. Each syllable of a mantra in Sanskrit holds a vibrational reality that's incorruptible. It's absolute power, like a lightning bolt hitting the earth, of wisdom and divine grace that can cut through our illusions, our fears, and our desires to terrorize ourselves, our programmed belief systems that think it's okay to self-sabotage ourselves. So when we are choosing to chant with a mantra as powerful as Green Tara's Sanskrit mantra, what we are saying is, I no longer choose to be engaged in the illusions of this world, and I no longer choose to participate in my ego structure's programmed belief systems that would separate me from my divinity and would separate me from my source. I am choosing to remain in full communion with my source, right here, right now. And the more you chant this mantra, the resonance of that strengthens your mind. It strengthens your heart. It even strengthens your body and your immune system, because your physical body is deeply connected and interwoven with your emotional body, with your mental body, and all of your spiritual light bodies. You are literally, you could call it like a computer program downloaded from your higher self into this planetary matrix. You are descending light into form. The very light of your soul, we talk about this in Mother Mary's chapter of the Sophia Code, as your light traverses over from higher dimensional realities into a world of form, the electrons of your soul manifests first as the electron, which Hathor goes into extensively in the Sophia Code. And then the electrons given to you as your divine inheritance from God are then magnetizing different incarnations into reality. Okay, so many of us chose to incarnate at this time as way showers of individuals who know that we are light first, we are divinity first, we are divine qualities of God first, that are then downloading into a human vehicle of form, your body. So every time you chant Green Tara's mantra, you are realigning your body, heart, and mind, your thoughts, your emotions, to the truth that you are light first, you are divine love first, you are holy first, and you are participating in this world of form in which you can choose to believe anything other than that. So when we chant with Green Tara, we are returning. We are returning back to the truth of who we really are, which is the true spiritual vehicle. That truth is the Vajra that can cut through all illusions. It's the diamond light that literally dispels all lies and exorcises all demonic influences from controlling the outcome of this planet and our species. One of the reasons why I resonate so deeply with Tibetan Buddhism in particular, I love Buddhism, but Tibetan Buddhism in particular always spoke to me, because from very early childhood, I could see demonic entities and I could see demonic energies influencing people. And when I came into an understanding of this lineage again in this lifetime, because I've definitely been trained in this lineage in other lifetimes, when I came to my remembrance of Tibetan Buddhism in this lifetime, it made sense to me. You know, the concept of wrathful deities being there to protect the initiate's journey into enlightenment. It was like, that made sense to me, because I could see every day with my own eyes the angelic warfare that is going on between different orders of angelic beings, ourselves included, and demonic orders. It just made sense to me that there would be spiritual tools and even spiritual weapons in Tibetan Buddhism that speak to the very polarized contrast of consciousness. If we want to have an authentic conversation about consciousness, we have to understand that consciousness is the full spectrum, and to include, to close our eyes and say, well, evil can't really exist, these agendas can't really be happening. They're just a conspiracy. It's just like, okay, that's all right. People have a hard time understanding that to come into a spiritual awakening, you've got to become sober to the totality of our free will creation. We have free will. That is how we actually can identify if we are sovereign and divine. It's because we can explore what it means to think we're not sovereign divine. Those qualities can never change. They're always going to be an invincible part of your soul. But in human form, you can go through an experience of forgetting that. Humanity is in a deep, deep, deep and dangerous slumber as to the truth of its sovereign divinity. So this mantra with green TARE, Om Tare Tuttare Turi Soha, that we read about in the Sophia Code and that we're going to practice multiple times today during this YouTube live, is a vehicle of consciousness. It's a vehicle of resonant power that you are speaking through your throat chakra. And you are blessing the world and you're blessing your own body first with that medicine of this mantra. So in honor of His Holiness, before we go into the teachings of the fourth aspect of Keycode 3 within you, I want for us to do an invocation immediately and begin chanting on behalf of our hearts and on behalf of all the survivors of this virus and on behalf of our bright future, where we can actually choose the reality that we want to create side by side in our consciousness. It may come down to living in parallel worlds on the same planet. But as way showers of this consciousness, you can live side by side with people who are living in a samsara realm on this planet. And you can be ready as a way shower and a bridge keeper for when they are ready to awaken and join us in this heaven on earth consciousness, this Sophia Christ consciousness. It is literally a sovereign nation, a metaphysical sovereign nation unto itself, unto its own. Each of us, each of our hearts united by the Sophia Code, by this consciousness, every day we go stronger and stronger, fiercer and fiercer in our divine love and our ability to blaze the radiance of God through our eyes and our hearts and our personal practices of self-mastery. That's what's happening. We're building an army of light, of divine love, and we are not here to fight against anyone because we are operating above the dualistic agendas that are playing out here. We are airdropping our divine love and our divine solutions down from above. Further, this is how you can continue to participate in this collective experience of a pandemic and not lose your marbles because everyone else is freaking out and you may be feeling the collective fear and anxiety deeply within you. So I want to remind you of a practice. Isn't that what Jesus and Mary did, Jennifer? Yes. And Jesus and Mary actually spoke about these times that we are living in and how we are connected to their mission in chapter 10 of the Sophia Code. So I invite you to revisit the Revelations of Mary Magdalene's chapter to celebrate that beautiful question that just came through. Okay, so we have a practice in our mystery school. And I would really love for us to drop in deep with that practice right now because it's going to help you feel clear and grounded and centered no matter what's going on out there. Then we are going to chant 108 times Green Tare's very powerful mantra. I have a personal prayer that as we do that, we will also be sending blessings to His Holiness the Dalai Lama for his continued worldwide leadership, administering to nations and governments. For some reason, they seem to actually listen to His Holiness. So let's continue to send him blessings and send the Dharma teaching blessings. And also every single survivor and every person on the front lines. As we are chanting, I invite you to feel the blazing divinity of your own soul radiating out these Sanskrit chants into the hearts and minds of everyone on the front lines and everyone surviving this pandemic. To begin, I want us to practice what it means to stay in your circle of divine feminine Christ light, because this is the time that all of the mystery school teachings, the Sophia Code mystery school teachings, are going to make way more sense. So let's begin together. We're going to drop in together. We're going to take 3 deep breaths. practice this together. Let's ground out how high this frequency is of the Sophia Code of green TARE. We can all embody this resonance together. That's how we shift collective consciousness. We learn how to maintain a frequency of heaven on earth within every cell of our body. Okay, 3 more breaths. Okay, the first invocation is we call upon Holy Mother, Holy Father, Sophia God. For those of you who are new to my work, I don't care what you call God. I just care that you call upon a presence of divine love that works for you. In the Sophia Code, we call Sophia, Sophia or Sophia God, or the Divine Feminine Christ, whatever works for you, call upon it. Okay, and feeling that presence of divine love of Sophia descending over your consciousness as a brilliant crystalline white light with an iridescent sheen. Okay, I now invite your higher self to operate your consciousness and for you to visualize a very powerful circle of light surrounding your body. I would imagine it about 3 feet outside of you. It's not that far outside of your physical form. Good. You can draw it in your mind around your body, this beautiful white light circle. I want you to now invoke the first revealed key codes of the Sophia Dragon Tribe from this introductory volume to surround you on this circle of divine feminine Christ light. Why would you do that? I'll tell you why. These Keycode Ascended Masters are resonating at such a powerful vibration of sovereign divinity, and they are in such a deep and absolute service to the light of your soul. They have committed to surround you in protection and grace and the truth as a mirror of your sovereign divinity 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, without ceasing. When you invoke these 8 key codes around you in a circle of light every day, you are going to notice a noticeable difference about what can actually energetically touch you or come anywhere near you in lower level energies that have no business coming anywhere near you, your body, heart, or mind. The only thing that can cross over your divine feminine Christ circle of light and empowerment is divine love and blessings. That's it. Everything else can take a rain check and just never ever come back. All right, so let's begin. You can visualize the north in front of you or the north behind you.